Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video, and this is the last of the 3 for James for now. His other stuff I'll get to. It'll be quite a while because I have a lot of stuff to get to, but he wanted these 3 expedited. That means he set more money for me to do them now. I'm like, okay. So, Breaking Bad Season 3, Episode 5. Because there's 3, 4, and 5 he wanted me to look into. And 3 and 4, I talk about how it just seemed like it was very, very slow. It's like we just got a couple inches further. But I did. It was build up to get to where we are in episode 5. Where here it feels like we're about ready to start cooking again. So we have this flashback with how they got the RV to cook. Aaron Paul was given this money by Walter White, by Bryan Cranston. So Jesse, Aaron Paul, took the money, spent most of it at the strip club. He's like, oh shit, I don't have any money left. I only have like $1,400. And his buddy goes, I'll help you out. Today? Yeah. So one thing leads to another, and the guy sells Jesse his mom's RV. Which, there's a reason why that's brought up, especially for much later in the episode. And actually, I was wrong. It's this episode that the old couple are in. So, see, I get these episodes mixed up. So, what I talked about in episode 4 wasn't even something that happened. He just did pictures of the RV. This is the one with the old couple. So, apologies. I screwed that up. This is where he finds the I guess they're playing like strip poker or something, and this old couple, and he drops in, and it's the wrong people. So sorry about that. I was so bored with episode 4, I wanted something interesting to happen, and it was episode 5 that did that. Meanwhile, Walter White sees Bryan Cranston. Walter White as Bryan Cranston sees Giancarlo Esposito and goes, hey, how come you took stuff from Jesse, from Aaron Paul, product when you know it's inferior? And I know what you're up to. You think it's going to hurt my pride, and I'm going to jump back into the game again. And I thought, the scenes between Bryan Cranston and Giancarlo Esposito is definitely interesting because you tell they're two intellectuals verbally sparring against each other. And so Giancarlo goes, well, let me show you something, and shows him this very fancy new lab that Walter could use to make his product. He says no, but you tell he's tempted, and then as time goes on, eventually at the end of the episode, he decides to cook again. Meanwhile, the wife, Skylar, she's having doubts. She's having doubts about what she's doing sleeping with her boss. She's having doubts with, maybe she should be okay with keeping the drug money, and maybe she could learn to forgive her husband. And I thought it was an effective scene where they have this quiet dinner. Everything seems happy-go-lucky. And the baby's crying. And Skylar, the wife, says, hey, you want to take care of her. And I thought Bryan Cranston had some good emotions on his face. Didn't have to say anything. You tell he's touched that she's letting him do that, considering all the stuff he's put her through. And he grabs the baby and rocks it. And you tell he's thinking about stuff. Until eventually, it seems like the wife, Skylar's going to maybe forgive or do something else for Walter. But when she comes home, finds out that Bryan Cranston has moved out, has signed the divorce papers, and is done. I guess in a way, seeing that his wife was able to do this, he's like, I need to stop hurting her. I need to stop doing this. I need to stop, putting this family in danger, and I need to just do what I need to do. And he's going to start cooking again. I'm glad that we're finally past at least that part of the whole Skylar, Desperate Housewives fucking bullshit that I didn't really care a whole lot about. It also brings an interesting conflict because he's cut Jesse Aaron Paul out, saying, I'm going to cook it myself. I don't need you anymore. And you see that Aaron Paul, he's going to cook his own stuff, so he's going to compete with Walter White, and that's going to be interesting to see how they compete with each other and how that results in what that results in. Also, Dean Norris, who I do like as an actor, as Hank, Walter White's top buddy, he's getting closer and realizes that whoever owns his RV finds out that more than likely the RV he's looking for is owned by Aaron Paul. So now he's getting closer and closer to Jesse. So now I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued what will happen next. Dean Norris going to confront Aaron Paul? Is Walter White going to get involved? Is he not going to get involved? Is Aaron Paul says, you better take care of this or I'm going to tell your buddy who you really are? What about those guys earlier who were going to kill Bryan Cranston? Or they don't get involved? See, now I'm intrigued. And yes, I can understand that you need the other episodes to build some of that stuff up. But it felt like we're moving kind of itty bitty. And here, it felt like we took a big jump. Where it felt like more stuff happened. And Bob Odenkirk was fun as Saul, where at first he's with Aaron Paul, and then he's with Walter White, and as he puts it, it's the way of the world, kid. You gotta go with the winner. And I try to watch Better Call Saul, but I liked him better in this show than just seeing him on his own show. Just I tried to watch Better Call Saul, I couldn't get into it. So then I definitely think of the three, this was the stronger of the episodes. And it just felt like things happened in much more rapid fire succession. It felt like now it left me with more intrigue as what's going to happen next. I think Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul showed good chemistry against each other. Same with the bits with Giancarlo Esposito and Bryan Cranston. You further get Bryan Cranston's line of thinking about how the chemistry must be respected. And you see more of that, that darker side showcase in Walter White. And I'm like, okay, now I'm back on board. Now I'm there. I'm there with you. So other than, screwing up the whole RV couple thing, which was in this episode, not in episode 4. Other than that, this I thought was pretty good. And I'm glad, at least for now, it seems like we're a bit further away from the desperate housewife. I'm sleeping with my boss. And somehow that makes me look better, or whatever, type of thing. Just what intrigues me more is the meth cooking, the whole business, how Walter White kind of fits in there, and how he's so different from the other people in that world, and that to me is the more intriguing part of the story, for me at least. So with that said, thanks for watching, take care, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye for now.